Hey guys, today's video is actually inspired by a very close friend of mine. He's honestly one of, if not the best person that I know. And he and his loved one went through the adoption process here in the US after having fostered multiple children. And while I don't want to pretend to speak for him, it seemed like he indicated that while working with certain private adoption agencies, kind of felt like they were pushing him away from adopting American children and steering him towards international adoption. But not because it was more ethical, because it was more profitable for the agencies, obviously. We're talking about adoption or international child trafficking, whichever name you prefer. The global adoption industry isn't always about saving children. Oftentimes it's not. Behind the photos and baby catalogs, there are stolen babies, coerced mothers, deceived and heartbroken parents, and billions of dollars. The origin story of modern adoption is that after the Korean War, tens of thousands of children were left without families, or so we were told. In reality, many were children of Korean mothers and American soldiers, the product of GI camps established after the Korean War, where Korean women were provided to U.S. soldiers as comfort women. And then, these mixed-race babies were often shunned, and their mothers coerced or outright forced into giving them up. So that's when the U.S. and South Korea began the first large-scale international adoption program in modern history. Agencies framed it as humanitarian, but it was actually about controlling population, eliminating stigma, and meeting Western demand, so really the exact opposite. And then in the 70s and 80s, adoption had become a billion-dollar global industry. That's when the corruption got much worse. South Korea alone sent more than 200,000 children overseas, many not actually orphans at all. Paperwork was forged, parents were lied to, and brokers were paid per baby. Eventually, supply couldn't keep up with demand, so their methods of acquiring babies and young kids became even more questionable. From there, other countries joined in. Guatemala became notorious for baby theft and bribery. Some adoption agencies were eventually indicted on child trafficking. China's one-child policy created a pipeline of infant girls sent to Western families, but some were forcibly taken or abandoned just out of desperation. In Ethiopia, children were declared orphans when their parents were still very much alive. The scandal so big, the country shut down foreign adoptions entirely. And then today, countries like Ukraine, Nigeria, the Congo, parts of Southeast Asia remain hotspots for black market adoptions, with children sometimes trafficked under the guise of international aid. And this isn't just a story about the tragic past, it's an ongoing business. And for some women, the child they lost, they weren't given a better life at all. They were simply sold.